Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit today. We are going over beauty here. We are going to be doing first impressions with the Adept Cosmetics Kōdanne palette, and I'm really excited to try this out because I haven't yet. So if you want to see the swatches and some looks you can do, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. Definitely consider subscribing and joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So very quickly, the pronunciation is Kōdanne. I know a lot of people were saying Kōdanne, but the teacher in me, when I'm not sure about something, I will investigate until I figure it out. So Kōdanne actually comes from a movie that I'm assuming the owner of Adept Cosmetics must love. The movie is called The Last Starfighter, and it was released in 1984. And the Kōdanne Armada was a hostile, like, advanced alien race in the movie. Now, I have not seen the movie, so I think I need to put this on my list because I like movies like that. It's like Star Wars, Star Trek type sci-fi vibes. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know the movie because I'm not trying to mess that up. But the spelling is different on this palette than it is in the movie. So this is the nerdy teacher in me that likes to investigate, but I also feel like it's so important to know what inspires people. I'm really into that. I talk about that a lot with Pat McGrath and the inspiration that she posts on Instagram. So when palettes come out, like, I often just wonder, like, what was the inspiration? And I felt like that with Plain Jane and Ninhydrin, which were the other two palettes that Adept has put out recently. So that's that. Just wanted to share that little nerdy teacher side of me, that it is Kōdanne, not Kōdanne. And I would have been really sad if I was saying Kōdanne and it was wrong. Okay. Moving on. This palette is $61. It is going to be restocked. You are going to have to pay attention to the Instagram for Adept Cosmetics, or I think you can sign up maybe for updates because I think there might be one more restock and then it's going to be gone. And that's one of the really difficult things about loving indie makeup, because I hate getting things and by the time they get to me, because I'm not getting anything in PR or anything like that, by the time they get to me, they're gone, you know, and then it's like the review is just for me, I guess. But luckily there's going to be another restock of this palette, so we're good. Now in this video, I'm going to do some looks. We're going to do the swatches, and then I'm going to compare this palette to the other two palettes that she has released. So let's go ahead and get started. So the Kōdanne palette is different from Ninhydrin and Plain Jane because it has 10 shades instead of 12 shades. Let's take a look at the outer packaging. So the outer packaging says Kōdanne on the front. It's got that faux leather feel and the stitching. This palette is really lightweight. It has a 12-month shelf life, it's vegan and cruelty-free, and it's made in the USA. Here's the inside of the palette. You can see I've barely swatched like one shade. I just kind of wanted to wait, kind of, but not really at the same time. Anyway, these are the shades. Now the letters underneath of the shades are, oh, here we go.
I win.
High five. I love it. Go ahead, winner. Okay, so the letters underneath of the shades indicate the type of finish that the shadow has. So you can see that most of these are ACI, and the I is for iridescent. And there are two shades that are ACM, which are the mattes. And then you have the shade Kōdanne, which looks like it might be an ACI shade as well. Yes, take the grapes. Mark it. Well, take some off. And I also just want to add that the palette has 2 multi-chromes, 1 duochrome, and 5 intense shimmers to go along with the 2 mattes. All right, let's get into the swatches. First, we have ACI 26. Next up is ACI 27. Y'all, look at this shade. ACI 28. ACI 29. And now we have the first matte, and that is ACM 33. And that is the top row. Now we'll go to the bottom. The first shade in the bottom row is the shade Kōdanne. ACI 31, ACI 32. Ooh, look at that one, y'all. Now you can't really see it, but when I turn the light off, you'll be able to really see the shift in this shade. This is beautiful. Next we have ACI 33. And last but surely not least, we have the last matte, which is ACM 34. And this is Kōdanne. Look how beautiful this is. I think this may be the more grungy of the three palettes. And we'll look at that at the end. All right, let's turn off the light. Okay, so I do think you're able to see the shifts just a little bit better with the light off, but these are some beautiful, sparkly goodness of shades right here. I don't know what else to say. All right, so now that we swatched the palette, let's get into some looks. I have not played with this palette at all, so I'm really excited. And then I'll come up with a lipstick at the end. I just wasn't sure, you know, what would go. But I'll probably wear neutral. You know how I do. Well, let's get started.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me. Oh, now it's clear.
Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I meant to talk through this eyeshadow look for once because I never do that. I am starting with the shade ACM 34. And as you can see, I have put that in the transition area. And I'm just blending it up a little bit so you can see that it's a little bit lighter at the top, but a little bit deeper in the crease area. I'm so used to putting on music and because it's loud in here, but it's just me and Marky here right now, so I could talk a little bit. I didn't plan these looks out. This is really a first impression, so just so y'all know that. So next, I'm being called to the shade ACI 32, which is this one right here. Yeah, let's do this on.
Upstairs.
What happened?
Upstairs.
You wanna watch TV upstairs?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't know why you need to do that.
Oh man.
Excuse me?
Watch it upstairs.
Don't mess that bed up. I'm talking about some all man. These kids, ungrateful. Okay, so first of all, got a surprise invitation to go swimming this morning. Now, I don't know if y'all know. Now I'm gonna have to close my door. Marky is obsessed with pools. Let me keep working. I'm gonna go ahead with what I said, ACI 32. So Marky is really obsessed with pools. Like, he loves to swim, and we got a surprise invitation to the pool. So, you know, he was real extra pumped. And we had a birthday party. So August is still at the party with my sister, and Marky had to come back with me because they were getting ready to do a piñata. And the last time we were at a party with the piñata, Marky was doing too much. He wanted to be the one to break the piñata open. And then when he wasn't the one, I mean, it was all kinds of dramatics happening. So I was like, I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing it today. I got to finish report cards. I can't. I just can't. Sorry, this was blurry. Oh, can y'all see that shift right there? See it? See it? See it? That's pretty. Let me see if I can put this up in the crease at all. I'm not sure, like, how it'll blend out, but let's see. Yeah, it's like, and then as soon as so then he had hot dogs at the party. As soon as we got home, he was like, I'm hungry. No, you're not hungry. No, you're not. It's just not practical. Oh yeah, I like how this blends up into the crease. This is blending out real nice. That's pretty. All right. That's looking good, looking good. All right, now for the front part of the lid, I want to use this shade Kōdanne. That's this green right here. I'm just gonna take my finger. Look how vibrant these are though. So vibrant and beautiful. That's gorgeous. Oh my God, this lens is killing me. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of ACI 126, that's this shade. I'm just gonna kind of put it in the middle a little bit. Just like in between the two. And let me know what y'all think. Cause I really want to use as many shades as I can so you can see them all. Because when she comes out with that restock, I will say this one, like, the website was a little bit funny at first, and I noticed that with a lot of different brands. So, you know, that's had nothing to do with Adept. But you just had to keep on trying, because I thought I sold out. And somebody was like, go back in and go back in again. I think it was Dr. Ashton Yada. They were like, go back in, go back in. And then I went back in and I got it. So don't give up. Okay. All right, what y'all think? That's pretty, right? I'm gonna put that matte shade underneath as well. And I think I'm gonna put the ACI 32 shade underneath too. So let's see. That's this shade right here. Just a little bit. So we have both. I think I like that. Smoky goodness. Let's take a little more of the ACI I-26 shade and put that in the inner corner for a highlight. We'll do a little bit there, and we'll do a little bit here, just a taste. Nothing too crazy. Ooh, this is gonna be pretty. Like, once the lashes are on, that's gonna be gorgeous. All right, so that's the first look. Here's the look from afar. All right, let's go to look number 2. Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna start look number 2 with the other matte shade, which is ACM 33. That's that hot pink. And we're gonna see what that looks like. These shades don't have any problem blending at all. And what I am liking about these mattes is that I'm not having a problem building them or just blending them up just to make it lighter. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want this to be a lighter pink transition, you know, just not having anything on your brush and just swirling it up, you can go ahead and use that as a transition. Because I know in the pan this might look a little deep, but then in the crease you can just put more. At least that's what I'm telling myself, but that's what it really looks like to me. So I really dig that. I'm holding the brush so light. You know, this brush is so fluffy, it's so light. I want to use ACI 28. That's this shade right here. And I am going to try to focus it on the inner and outer, almost trying to do a halo situation, but we'll see, because my halos usually end up being regular by the end, so we'll see. Now this is a beautiful blue, icy blue maybe shade. Very pretty. And as you see, I'm not using any glitter glue or anything because I always forget, so I usually don't use that. And I'm not wetting, my finger's not wet or anything. And it's always a little bit tricky for me because of my fat hoods. Because I want to make sure I can see it above the flap. Okay, so that's what we have. Then I'm going to take this ACI 31 shade and just pop that in the middle, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, ooh, this is really pretty. This ACI 31 shade is like one of those wet looking shimmers. So that's really pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take ACI 129, which is the other blue. And I'm going to see if we can put that in the crease. See if it'll blend. I just want to have a little more blue in the look. Yeah, it's kind of going, ooh, 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 okay, hold on, ACI 29, I see you. Okay, calm down. Oh yeah, I like this, okay. And I like it blended over that pink. Sorry. This is how I really do talk when the music's on. Ooh. Ooh, it's like purple. I can't do it. Let's move on. Let's try a shimmer underneath the lower lash line. Let's see. Let's try ACI 33 under the lower lash line. And I'm just going real slow, like, don't be reckless. That way you don't get a whole bunch of fallout. This brush is a little dense, so, Ooh. Ooh, this is like a galaxy. Oh, I like this a lot. Okay. I can't. Yes, I can. All right. In the inner corner, I'm going to again use this shade Kōdanne. I think that'll be cute. Oh, I just put stuff all over my face, but I'll clean it up. Y'all, I can't. Okay, so here's look one. This is like dirty grunge vibes here. I really enjoy this one. And here's look number two. This is like Galaxy Barbie. Yes. Okay, you guys, I am going to go put on lashes and a lip, and we'll be right back to put it all together. Okay, you guys, so here are the two looks. Yes. So I went with a neutral lip. This is one of the neutrals from the Kaleidos Sandcastles Lip Glaze collection. I can't. I didn't want to take away from these beautiful eye looks. So here we are. Look at this. They are just so special and galactic. I love them so much. Yes. All right. So now what I want to do is show you Kōdanne along with Plain Jane and Ninhydrin, just so you can see all three of them. All three are going to be restocked, but I think it's only going to be one more time. So I want to just show you all three in case you were interested, and that way you can see which one you want, which color story that you like the best. So we are now looking at Ninhydrin on the top and Kōdanne on the bottom. I think these color stories are very different. You can see that in Ninhydrin you have two grungy matte shades, and then the rest are those shimmer and duochrome shades. It gives me more of a purple vibe. So if you really like purples, I think you would love Ninhydrin. This palette is beautiful. If you have Ninhydrin and you like Kōdanne, I don't think you're really overlapping too much. The other thing that I'd like to mention, without getting into a whole bunch of swatches, is that even though some of the shades look similar at face value, the shifts are different. And I was looking at these two shades here, for example, and I was looking at these two, but the shifts are different. So I'm just gonna show you what I mean. One's from Ninhydrin, one's from Kōdanne. These shades look very, very close in the pan, but you can see that the shifts are really different once you swatch them out. So they're not really dupes or overlapping shades. All right, last we're looking at Kōdanne and Plain Jane. Sorry, there we go. To me, no similarities in these two palettes. Not sure how they're showing up on camera, but they're very different. If you have Plain Jane and you were wondering would Kōdanne still be worth it, I totally think it would be. So overall, I'm really glad that I bought Kōdanne. I'm happy to have all three of the palettes. If I had to rank them, Kōdanne and Ninhydrin are kind of neck and neck. I do need to play with Kōdanne a little bit more, but and Plain Jane is awesome too. If that ends up being in third place, I mean, they are all the same quality. It's more of the color story that I like, and the fact that Ninhydrin and Kōdanne do have 2 matte shades, whereas Plain Jane does not have any matte. And if you don't want to do an all shimmer look, you're gonna have to pull out another palette to make your look complete. That's the only reason why I have Plain Jane last. But Ninhydrin, that grungy purple color story I love, and Kōdanne is beautiful. So if you're interested in any of these 3 palettes, I would make sure that I subscribe to Adept Cosmetics newsletter so that you get updated information on the restocks. Definitely follow them on Instagram and check it, because I think there's gonna be one more restock of each of the palettes. I will do my best, if I find anything out, to post it here on my YouTube community page as well as on my Instagram page, so you are updated. Thank you guys so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me today. Just wanted to show you in case you're interested, because this indie stuff is not cheap, and you know, we're all trying to figure out where we want to use our coins. All right, y'all, until I see you again, be gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I'll see y'all really soon. Bye.